Mexicans celebrate 200+ years of independence, and many are now enjoying financial independence like never before by posting their photos online as entrepreneurs and artists and receiving person-to-person loans from people they've never met from around the world that help Mexicans open small businesses or pursue their dreams as artists. A lending system known as crowdfunding, where individual lenders collectively pitch in with small loans made over their computers or smartphones to people everywhere. Crowdfunding truly changing lives, including here in Mexico. For example, these two filmmakers in Mexico City have received $50,000 in crowdfunding loans to make public service movies against corruption in Mexico. Arturo Hernandez and Alex Marini Cal are comedians and civic activists. Their Facebook and YouTube videos as Los Supercívicos have become quite famous across Mexico. The two hitting the road daily to shame society for everything from motorists blocking pedestrian walkways to politicians hanging campaign banners all over the place with no permits. Banners that Los Supercívicos are only too happy to tear down. Here, Mexico City police ask Supercívicos founder Arturo Hernandez why he's dressed up as Jesus at this Mexico City metro station. Amen. Parting the red train. Entering the train hoping to perform a miracle. That miracle? Coaxing young people to give up their seats for senior citizens on the train. Arturo exercising their rudeness of youth with holy water. And then a miracle, a milagro. Milagro! Milagro! El milagro! Milagro! Siéntese usted, caballero. Muchísimas gracias, soy Cristo. Acá hay otro lugar, señor. Véngase para acá. Presently posing as Mexican revolutionaries Morelos and Hidalgo, thanking Mexicans for putting others first. What is quite revolutionary here is how these guys are funded to help change Mexico for the better. Los Supercívicos receive small loans from individual lenders from around the world who like their idea of changing society through humor. Lenders who are complete strangers on their computers or iPhones pressing the send button on loans to Los Supercívicos and millions of other loan applicants like them worldwide. Individual loans of as little as $25 that often collectively add up into a loan of thousands of dollars toward any particular person or cause. Microloans now raining down opportunities on people around the globe who were previously denied such loans from banks or other lending institutions, often because they have no credit history. This method of lending called crowdfunding. It's been around in various forms for decades, but is really gaining traction nowadays in the worldwide marketplace. How does crowdfunding work? You log on your computer to look at thousands of photos and profiles of prospective borrowers, many of them in impoverished regions of the world where they cannot access the credit system. The faces and the stories of these applicants are found on various crowdfunding sites like Kiva.org. Kiva connecting individual lenders to low-income entrepreneurs and students in over 80 countries. And there is Kickstarter, with 20 million loan recipients worldwide. Kickstarter recently partnered with Mexico's largest crowdfunding platform, Fondeadora. Fondeadora has 500,000 loan recipients across Latin America, say its co-CEOs Norman Muller and Renee Serrano, who co-founded Fondeadora after graduating from college when, at first, they say they knew very little about how crowdfunding works.
We are both industrial designers, so this was not an area we had expertise on, but we saw a clear need for a solution that helped our creative friends. We saw crowdfunding as a movement that should come to Latin America because of the lack of access of capital for creatives and for social projects.
Among the borrowers on Fondeadora's crowdfunding platform are los supercívicos.
They receive like $50,000 from the people to bootstrap their companies.
After being fired from TV jobs for being too critical of government corruption in Mexico.
We didn't have money because the Mexican TV kicked our like 2 times. They censor us, and for that reason we didn't have like money just to get like the costumes, the cameras, our office.
We got this crowdfunding and people donated us like $50,000, like about $1 million pesos. And I mean, it's a great help.
The $50,000 in loans helped them buy a camera and costumes and paid for their studio set, and helped them create a smartphone app that concerned citizens can use to alert los supercívicos to problems around Mexico City, of all categories.
Categories, no? Like vehicles, trash, water, trees, pedestrians, dogs. You select like what kind of category is the problem, and we send that video to the authority. And if the authority don't fix the problem, we're gonna try to fix it with humor.
Arturo assures all lenders who contributed to Supercívico's $50,000 loan that it is money well spent.
30% of that money that we get from Fondeadora, it was for the app. The other 30% was for this set, and the other money is just to have a vacation in Las Vegas.
Eso. For example, Arturo says, of course, he's joking about the Vegas trip. His team says it's more fun taking road trips at home to change Mexico for the better. Fondeadora says one of its proudest achievements in crowdfunding has been assisting in the creation of Laboratorium, a computer coding school for young women with high potential despite their economic limitations.
And that was a project that just needed $20,000 to start going, a small company, and now it's employing like 200 women a month. Women that normally in Latin America are supposed to take care of the kids and take care of the home and don't have access to a second income. Well, those women can get access to second income in their homes by programming and coding. These are the small stories that nobody would give a damn about if there wasn't a platform like us.
Small stories about disadvantaged loan applicants in Latin America, read online by individual lenders like Tilden Machete, who runs a successful commercial real estate company in Los Angeles. Tilden says he's lent nearly $10,000 over the years to borrowers he's read about on Kiva's crowdfunding platform.
I came from a very socially conscious family, so it's always been sort of in the forefront of my mind to think, oh, well, how can I make a difference every day? My parents were from the 60s. I'm actually named after a park in Berkeley. So yeah, I have the hippie parents.
As a youth, Tilden says he began helping people by giving to charity, but says he started loaning people money directly through crowdfunding sites when he discovered that giving money to charity sometimes left him wondering how much of his money was actually getting to people.
Yeah, there were certainly some charities that came out right around the time I started working. There were charities that became exposed as keeping too much of the money, that weren't contributing enough to the actual charities themselves. And that really bothered me a lot, because if I'm going to give this money, I don't want to pay a lot of money to the CEO of a company that just gives out money. I'd much rather it go to the people I'm trying to help. I'm trying to contribute to every country, so there's like 4 countries that I haven't contributed to, so I'm looking for loans in there. I like giving to small business.
One of Tilden's 33 borrowers at the moment is a family man named Ramon with a small convenience store outside of Mexico City.
And his name's Ramon. I just wish him the best of luck, and I'm so happy to have helped him on his journey. Buena suerte.
Ramon wasn't available to speak to, but we found another small loan recipient like him named Angel Pascasio Infante in Mexico City. Angel runs a successful taco stand thanks to crowdfunding loans he's received to help pay for his kitchen setup and for a new awning to keep customers dry during the rainy season. The name of Angel's taco stand, Tacos El Chino.
Tacos El Chino?
Tacos El Chino.
¿Por qué El Chino?
Por mi pelo.
¿Es como broma en México o qué?
Mira, es como un alias. Antes usaba mi pelo largo, chino.
Angel said to never yet miss a payment to his many individual lenders out there. His way of saying thank you, he says, to lenders that have his business thriving and putting food on the table for his 4 daughters.
Cuando va a ser los días de mis pagos y eso, es cuando me mandan mis mensajes. Y pues que gracias, ¿no? Gracias, que estoy a gusto con ellos.
Angel's story is one of thousands posted on Kiva's crowdfunding platform website. Lender funds distributed to Mexicans like Angel often go through Kiva's Mexican lending associate in Mexico City, Cubo Financiero, producing happy endings Hollywood style, says Cubo founder Vicente Pinol.
Well, Cubo is a marketplace that connects borrowers and lenders, and the idea is how to help the people to become a middle class in Mexico.
Vicente says crowdfunding platforms like Cubo put loans at the fingertips of private citizens at interest rates far more affordable than what he calls the astronomical interest rates borrowers would otherwise face with Latin American banking institutions.
With very high interest rates, they are paying in average between 90 and 150%, so it's very expensive.
We have payday loans here that charge 3,000, 4,000 annual interest rate. What's the other option? Fondeadora does it for 6.5%.
In Mexico, we are not so used to help each other. We wanted to break that, to change that.
Overall, it's just very fulfilling, and that's why I do it every Saturday. It's kind of like a celebration of the week that I get to take all my successes from the week and put it forward. Here I am, a guy in Los Angeles, and I'm contributing to loans in everywhere from Micronesia to Ukraine to South America, and I almost always get paid back. It really becomes, I think of it more like a charity, so I don't really track very closely how much I get paid back, because as soon as the money comes back to me, I just make another loan.
A staggering sum of person-to-person loans have been made worldwide in the last year. Almost $35 billion in microloans made collectively to assist single moms looking for meaningful employment across Latin America, to a family man in Mexico City running a taco stand, to funding 2 irreverent civic activists preaching civility across Mexico, all in the name of fun.